So today we are talking about everybody's favorite movie snack, popcorn. Today's sponsor is Leitz Culinaria. It's a James Beard award-winning food destination with tons of delicious recipes, gorgeous photographs, videos, podcasts, blog articles, and more. It's all kind of dry and witty and kind of sharp humor. You check it out online at leitzculinaria.com. So we are talking about popcorn, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, come on, Dan, is there anything worth talking about when talking about popcorn? Yes, there is. First, there's history. Popcorn that you know is very, very old. In fact, it's the oldest thing we've covered on this show. People believe that popcorn existed 80,000 years ago and was consumed by cave peoples. The oldest documented evidence of popcorn that existed was about 5,600 years ago, and it was in New Mexico. Popcorn is such a part of American culture that it's believed that Native Americans brought it to the first Thanksgiving. Whether it was a jumbo-sized container with a giant Coke, I don't know. When colonists learned about this puffy food, they brought some back to Europe, and actually popcorn was the first puffed cereal. They just poured milk or cream right over the stuff and ate it. And before you go knocking that, give it a shot. It's pretty tasty. Today, the average American consumes about 70 quarts of popcorn per year, and America is the world's producer of popcorn, with the majority of the popcorn produced for the world coming from Nebraska and Indiana. So what is popcorn exactly? Well, you guys know the corn kernels because you eat them. Basically, popcorn is taking those corn kernels and heating them up to a point where they explode. Basically, they implode upon themselves and turn themselves inside out. Inside of the corn kernel, there is this membrane of white starchy nutrients which would be used by the seed if it was to actually mature and grow into a plant. And so when it gets heated up to 450 degrees, it explodes and inverses upon itself, with that membrane expanding up to about 35 times its size and giving way to the popcorn that you know and love today. To popcorn on the stove, you want to take a heavy bottom pan and add some sort of fat to it. The corn kernels are going to sit in that hot fat or hot oil, and when they reach 450 degrees, they're going to pop. However, you need to select an oil that will not smoke. 450 degrees is a lot of temperature, so you need to find an oil that has a smoke point that's above it. So what are we going to go with? We're actually going to go with ghee, which is the clarified butter that we covered in a previous episode of What's This Food? To make kettle corn, heat 1/4 cup of ghee in a large Dutch oven over medium heat. Then toss in 3 popcorn kernels and place the lid on the Dutch oven. Wait for the kernels to pop. Once they're popped, the fat is ready to pop the rest of the popcorn. Quickly stir in 1/4 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of popcorn kernels. Replace the lid and listen for the kernels to start popping. Once they start popping, you want to remove the kettle from the stove and shake, shake, shake to keep the kernels from burning. Then put it back on the stove for a few seconds, then lift it off and shake, and rinse and repeat. Don't really rinse, just shampoo. Repeat until all the kernels have popped, then salt to taste and enjoy. So that is how you make kettle popcorn. Now, kettle corn has been really popular with the settlers. It's also really, really big in Germany, and it's my favorite way to eat popcorn. I hope you know now a little bit more about popcorn. Try this recipe and try cooking popcorn on the stove. It's pretty cool. Tune in tomorrow for another WTF. And wait for the kernels to pop.
Coinels.
Wait for the coinels.
Wait for them coinels to pop.